This was the moment when Mother Teresa of Calcutta became Saint Teresa. Her canonization was announced simply by Pope Francis at the start of his Sunday Mass, even if only those who understood the Latin actually knew it had happened. Still, there was no denying the sense of elation from the large global congregation who regard her as an icon.
And the love of God we sharing to this. As Mother Teresa did, her love from God, she converted to the people. So as we are here to share that continuity.
Yet opponents of this woman, who left the Balkans on her mission to India, continue now to insist she did far more harm than good in her lifetime. The allegations centre on a thesis that her strongly ideological brand of Catholicism effectively glorified suffering and even death, and that her purpose was to indoctrinate Indians with Western values. This doctor has spent much of his life trying to dismantle the mythology in the West around what the now Saint Teresa did in her lifetime.
Mother Teresa said that suffering was good and it brings you close to Jesus. So Jesus would kiss you if you were suffering and you were in pain. But in her own case, she would get the best treatment possible in the best hospitals in the world.
But in the Vatican, Pope Francis saw Saint Teresa as a sanctified example of his mission for global societies to refocus on helping the poor.
She made her voice heard before the powers of this world so that they might recognize their guilt for the crime of poverty they created.
For the Catholic establishment, the canonization of Teresa is a chance to press ahead with the agenda of social reform being set by Pope Francis after so many scandals inside the Church. In Saint Teresa, they paint a picture of a woman who embodied the ideals of devotion and sacrifice and who fought against the sins of greed and capitalism. For this congregation, it matters not at all that the supposed miracles that propelled Teresa to sainthood have been dismissed by scientists, or that people in her care in India died with great suffering. For them, hers is the most inspirational story of love in the most difficult of circumstances. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, Vatican City.